These days, many young people find that the competition for entry-level jobs is very fierce. So much so that to get a job, you need to already have job experience. How do you get job experience for an entry-level job? Unpaid internships. 60% of employers prefer to hire people who have completed internships. As a result, about 55% of college seniors report having worked as interns, more than double the figure from the early 90s. That's at least 500,000 unpaid interns. If each of those interns worked 40 hours a week for 12 weeks at a minimum wage job, each one would earn $3,480. That's almost $2 billion combined, and a lot of the work that unpaid interns do is worth more than the minimum wage. Employers love unpaid internships. Instead of hiring someone at an entry-level wage, they can get desperate young people to do the work for free. For individual businesses and firms, this is a great deal. But for society as a whole, unpaid internships create lots of problems. People have to do internships because entry-level jobs are scarce, and they need to distinguish themselves from the herd. But why are entry-level jobs so scarce in the first place? By creating unpaid internships, employers are able to reduce the number of entry-level positions. This forces young people to compete harder for the remaining jobs, forcing them to bolster their resumes by taking unpaid internships, further reducing the number of available paid positions, and so on in a vicious cycle that never ends. And when you do at long last manage to acquire one of those coveted paid positions, unpaid internships weaken your negotiating position with your employer. Young people are forced to take on debt during school and their internships, making them desperate for any kind of work at any wage. Additionally, employers are able to lowball new hires because they can credibly threaten to get interns instead. Together, these forces put new workers on a lower earnings trajectory, permanently reducing their lifetime earnings. So far, this all sounds great for the employers. They're able to raise worker productivity by paying less for the same amount of work. But this is happening all throughout our society, in many different fields and to millions of people. Nationwide, unpaid internships are weakening the negotiation position of workers and harming wage growth for the entire working population. In the United States, inflation-adjusted wages have been stagnant for nearly 40 years. And while internships aren't the only cause of this, they certainly contribute. In our economy, our workers are also our consumers. If we pay most people less, most people have less money to spend. Less spending means reduced sales, which means slower economic growth and lower living standards for everyone. Our society continues to try to make up for the lack of wage growth by lending workers money at low interest rates, credit cards, student loans, mortgages, and so on. But without wage increases, it's hard for workers to repay these debts, leading to bubbles, loan defaults, and economic instability. This is bad for both employers and workers. When our parents and grandparents were coming up, it wasn't like this. Internships were rare, so job seekers could compete for entry-level jobs on the strength of their college educations alone. Instead of pushing the cost of training onto young people and their families, burdening them with heavy debts, employers actually paid to train their own workers. There are things we can do about this. We can level the playing field by insisting that all internships be competitively paid. The government could better regulate internships, requiring companies to pay interns a wage that is equal to the wage paid to entry-level workers. When there's no longer a financial difference between hiring workers and hiring interns, firms will create more entry-level jobs, making it easier for young people to find work and negotiate competitive starting salaries. Alternatively, students can cooperate with workers to create and join unions. Unions can collectively bargain with employers to ensure that interns and entry-level workers receive sufficient compensation, achieving the same result by less centralized means. It's no coincidence that wage stagnation has been accompanied by a reduction in union membership, especially among young people. This needs to be reversed. The government can help by protecting union rights, and schools and universities should educate young people about the benefits of union membership. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to like and subscribe here. If you want to watch our previous video, be sure to click here. And if there's an issue you'd like to learn more about, leave us a comment below. Have a great day.